Alrighty, we're live. Let's put on my chat on YouTube. But yeah, for those who didn't go, I went live earlier today on TikTok, not on YouTube. But I am switching from the NASDAQ to gold. I'm trading gold and silver. I'm trading gold, watching silver for SMT. But let's talk about why. The price action has just been cleaner. I think with the NASDAQ right now, it's just the election that it's been trading just not fun for me. Versus I've been looking at gold and back testing it all. Well, I haven't back tested it yet. I'm just looking at it from yesterday. We've been sweeping the session highs and then session lows. Just easy liquidity from a higher time frame for value gap. As you see, this 1 hour for value gap. Taking liquidity, London liquidity and SMT because silver took out these highs, and then gold did not, and then sells. You can even trade this right on the 1 hour chart. It happened same thing yesterday. This time gold swept the highs. Silver did not. S&T up into a fair value gap per usual on both times and just reversed. It's just been giving such cleaner ICT price action. Again, swept the London high, took the London low. What day was this one? Did not take out the London high. It just reversed. That's your S&T. I will have to get up earlier, which is annoying. Not annoying. I have to trade at 8 o'clock. This is the 8 a.m. candle. So 8 to 10 is your gold time in the morning, not 10 o'clock. I don't know if news really affects it yet, so we'll see. I'm going to paper trade the rest of the week on it. I didn't trade today. And then we're going to see. Here we got a London sweep on the sell side and swept this New York PM here. And then, here. It's your S&T. We almost thought we didn't, and then we went to take out the London highs. It's just like good price action on this. So that's basically what we're gonna back test tonight. I haven't back tested it. Obviously, it's been good these last month or so, but will it be good all the time? So we're gonna back test that tonight. So sorry for the NDC people who've been following me. I'm switching to So there is a fair value gap here. And we're already in one here. So let's just see how this plays out. Let's mark 8 to 10. And let's just see how this plays out. There is kind of a gap down here as well. This gap here from another day, a daily opening gap. Oh, but the target would be, the London high. If we get up there. Maybe not. Maybe we would just reverse and inverse. Alright, boom, that's your trade. It didn't quite sweep the London high, but it did go up a lot for you. We came into this bullish fair value gap. We went up, and then we got SMT. We took out this high though, and then we did not on silver for maybe a reversal or pullback back down. So you really can just get on the chart at 8 o'clock, 8 to 10 o'clock, see if you get a reversal somewhere. Honestly, we were already moving up from 7, so you really could have gotten in this trade right at 8 o'clock. On the 3-minute chart. Now, if you wanted to wait for a fair value gap tap, you do get one here. If you really needed it, that's your trade. But see, just cleaner price action. You see what I'm saying? You really can just trade liquidity to liquidity, 1 to 4. And I've back tested this. You get some good 1 to 4s, 1 to 5, depending on your entry. You could have gone in honestly right at 8 o'clock, after 8 o'clock candle close. You could do a stop loss below this low if you wanted, something like that. either one, but just goes liquidity to liquidity. Let's go to the next New York session. Go on the hour chart. We're also still in a big ass gap here. There is liquidity here if we want to take out this London low. That is this same candle on gold. Let's mark our 8 to 10. See how this goes. We're still in this big ass gap here. There's a tiny gap here. Let's see how it plays out. Oh, I forgot to mark this gap here. So you are kind of looking for buys if you want it. Obviously, your take profit is here or here if you want it. And then let's see what we get. Alright, I don't know what it's doing, so let's look at the 3 minute. Okay, so silver was cleaner. Silver was cleaner. It's going down. I'm trading just gold, so that's why I was looking at gold. I wasn't even paying attention to silver, but good trade to the downside. Let's see what this looks like on a 3 minute chart on gold. Because really trading just sideways. Almost took out this. Or if you're confident in your sales, watching how silver was going, maybe you would have got in when it came back up to this order block. Also, I don't trade supply and demand at all, but I see on gold it respects supply and demand zones, which are basically order blocks. So basically, it came up to the order block. It didn't sweep liquidity, but it did come up to this up this movement before we ran down, and then it pushed down again. I would have traded maybe off the fair value gap here that's bearish, and then took a trade that's like one to two at this liquidity down here from 8 o'clock would have been probably my trade. And then obviously if you switch between both, silver was just a clearer one today, especially once you got this inverted fair value gap. Sells. Came in this gap, bounced out of it if you did want it at 8 o'clock. This is still a valid trade here as well. Let me see. Yeah, there's a gap here. But actually, once we inverse that gap, the candle was like already way up here. So I don't know if you wanted that. Your candle closes way up here, so that would be your entry. If it closed closer, maybe you wanted it, but I mean, still almost 1 to 2. Not quite, but if the candle closed like sooner, it would have been a better trade. See how you get a better risk reward? It just kind of closed high. So 2 good trades if you wanted them. Inverse of value gap, like you really could trade liquidity to liquidity and just trade 1 to 2s with this. Pretty nicely actually. Let's go to next New York session. But yeah, we'll see. I think NQ is just bad right now because of the election, honestly. The indices. Who knows? But if y'all are still trading y'all's, you know, do what you gotta do. Plus, if you're not a trade already, you can bounce around, which so people say. So we'll see how it go. What do we have? I mean, we could just mark out the London low and London high and just see what happens. We could see if we get like a sweep of one side, reverse back to the other side. So let's just see what happens there. And we are in a big fair value gap to go higher on silver, and then the fair value gap on gold is here. So maybe it's coming down into this gap and then reversing. It's what it's looking like. Let's mark out 8 to 10. Let's just see what it does. And then we inverse, so then boom, that's your sign to get into sells lower. We did not sweep though on silver yet. So, could be wrong actually. I didn't look at silver at the time. This is S&T. Silver did not hit this low, and gold did. So maybe that's the reversal. Let's see. They both could just continue following. Boom. They both followed. So yeah. Trust, gold is the stronger one. So gold is like the NQ, silver is like the ES, just so y'all know. So obviously this is kind of what happened to me yesterday on the chart. Like it looks like S&T, but then the second one just wound up following. But this strong displacement through the gap would be your sign to get into a trade. Let's see if you got one on the 3-minute chart, or you just didn't take that trade, you just missed it. So on the 3-minute chart, 8 o'clock is when I get on the charts. We do come back up into this order block. Again, gold loves some order blocks. Because I only trade order blocks if there's not a fair value gap. Just for that, you know. I always prefer fair value gaps. If there's not one, clearly we're going in somewhere. This is the order block. So that would have been the entry for your trade. Stop loss above this high. And then it ran down a lot if you wanted it, but so you can get a lot of good 1 to 4s, 1 to 7s, 1 to 8s with gold. Just clean price action. Clean price action. We inverted this hour gap strongly. Honestly, came up into this fair value gap at 9. I thought I marked 8 o'clock. Oh yeah, this is 8 o'clock. Sorry. So no, 8 o'clock. I would have waited till we inverse this gap. This is 10 o'clock. My bad. And this is 9:30. So 9:30 did come back up into a fair value gap beautifully to keep going lower. So yeah, so technically my entry would have been the first candle closed way below this fair value gap, which now I'm only getting a 1 to 2.8, but it's still, I'm still getting more money, but I'm risking more money as well. So yeah, do with that what you will. Strong candle. I mean, and also, I mean, I thought we would have bounced off this liquidity point, so you wouldn't have got in this inverse fair value gap. But there was one here if you're really confident in your sell bias. But this is a bearish gap, and this is a liquidity point. I wouldn't have taken entry off this. You would have waited, and then once we inversed, boom, and fair value gap tap, boom, and order block tap. So many taps. So this is why I'm switching to gold. You see, it's just simpler price action, because you know NQ would have ran all the way here, and then you would have gotten your trade, and then it would have reversed on your ass. Lately, it's just not been respecting anything. Okay, let's go back to the hour chart and next New York session. So I might even trade this live tomorrow since I'm paper trading the next 3 days. So we'll see. It'll just be, like I said, it'll be early. All right, we're in this gap here, bearish gap, which looks like this on silver. It's tiny actually. And this one's bigger. So this might be some S&T right here to go lower to check out this sell side liquidity. So let's honestly just go on the 3-minute on both right now and see what we get. We already kind of got a market maker sell already at the top. 8. And then you can always go back to NQ. I can always go back. We already came out of this. If you want to wait for maybe an entry in this fair value gap, see if it gives it to you, but you know, do it that what you will. Okay, tapped you in, because it hasn't even been tapped yet, honestly. If fair value gap had been tapped once, I wouldn't wait for it. If you had your limit order set, let's see if it runs down to this blue line for you. Oof, does not. A loss anyway. That's why I wait. I don't just set limit orders. People do. People will set their limit order and then, you know, have it ready. I don't, because sometimes, you know, things just happen. That would have been a nice, you know, 1 to 6 if you got it, but you didn't. I wait for a reaction off and out or through. Now, this was a nice little push out of the gap. If you took the sell out of it, you know, it sucks, but this must have been news. Yes. Okay, so I guess news does affect gold. Whatever news this is. So you wouldn't trade news. You let 830 play out, actually, so you wouldn't even gotten a trade, which makes sense why we're doing this sideways. We're doing this sideways bullshit. Now, we do get a lovely PO3 on silver, though. We came lower first, boom, and then pushing higher, which is a manipulation. We didn't really get manipulation on silver, on gold. However, you wait for the news candle to play out. I trade the 3-minute chart, so 3 minutes is good enough time. 1 minute, I wouldn't say enough. 5 would be best. So you could have gotten in right off this news candle close. But don't trade the news candle. Because see, if you've been confident in your sales and had your limit order set, you just got wrecked. Then, bottom of the news body, just take it for a 1 to 2. Don't get greedy. And it hits to the tick. Just keep going. And it goes a little higher. And then if you wanted the reversal at 9 o'clock, I think you're about to get it. But that's why you can trade news. People are like, don't trade news. Yes, don't trade the news candle. Don't ever trade the news candle. Because you don't know how big it's going to go. But you can trade the candle or two after it. Now we got reversal. We got a fair value gap tap. Actually, it's barely tapping these gaps. Which I've noticed with gold, it'll come up, but it will barely tap you in. That's why, you know me, I always get in at the market trigger shift of something, or changing the steady delivery, which we do get a little pink candle here, so that's where it is. If you don't know what that means, like, because this is all not, for you to wait from a market trigger shift from this run up, it has to be down here at this line. But you did get a little pink candle in there to give you a swing low. And then candle close here. Let's see how low we go down. If we don't, boom, it was just a pullback. So the news bias was the strong bias. But it did come down a good bit if you took that reversal trade. Maybe that sign of not tapping you in your fair value gap was your sign to not get in the trade. I had a feeling this was going to be a pullback, though, because we got great displacement on this one. It did come back into this fair value gap. So also, you could have waited for that trade. I just know myself, I'm impatient, so I would have got in right up this big displacement candle here. But if you waited for this fair value gap tap right before 10 o'clock, another great trade. If you held this for longer, for 1 to 3, 1 to 4, you're going to get it on gold every time. Every time. Cleaner price action. Lately, I'm not saying, because everyone says, you know, gold's going to have its time where it has a fit too. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat because I haven't. Less points, easier to manage. Read the comments. NQ is for advanced traders. That's why the beginners trade ES. Keep trading NQ and ES. Move slower, not as rough. No, I mean, if you say no, I disagree with that because you can trade anything. Some people like trading gold. Some people like trading NQ. Now, between ES and NQ, yes, ES is the easier one. I started trading ES. I started trading options with the SP 500. I've traded ES, I think, for like the longest of anything I've ever traded. So, fair. But also, ES and NQ right now, the indices in general are just not moving how I want them to move. That's all. That's literally what it is. And I'm trading gold. Gold has been respecting price action. Because the indices usually do respect fair value gaps, liquidity to liquidity, all those things very nicely. And it has not been. It has not been at all. It's the same thing. You can have to just adjust your risk. It's just easier to manage points on ES, that's all. Well, it's the same thing with anything you manage. It's easier to manage points on ES than in Q. Yeah, same thing with silver and gold. But gold is $1 per tick instead of 2 like in Q, and then $10 on the big one versus 20. But it's the same shit. I'm just talking about how cleaner it has been over the charts. If you've been watching the NQ and ES charts for the week, go back and look. The price action has not been as clean as this. Every morning, last week we got clean price action. Every morning in a fair value gap to go to a liquidity point. That's how I trade. Liquidity for fair value gap. Find your fair value gap that you're in, trade it to the opposing liquidity. If it gets inverse, trade it to the other liquidity. That's it. I keep it simple. That has not been working on NQ. It's just been continuing from like all day or chomping away and then doing something that I don't want it to do. That's fine. I can always go back to NQ. I just feel like this, maybe it's the election, so maybe in February I'll go back to NQ. Either way, I've been liking how gold is trading like easily. You can easily wait for a fair value gap tap. You can easily just wait for inversion. Say you waited for the inversion after news and got in here. Let me see. Got in here, which is pretty high. Stop loss below this candle. You still get 1 to 1.5, and they still might give you 1 to 2. Let's see if it does. It's kind of a lot, though. I wouldn't. After we already ran up a bunch, I don't know if we'll take that. But it does. It gives you a 1 to 2 still. Like it's been so much better. But again, like I said, everyone choose what you want. I'm just saying lately, and I posted a video about this morning, and a lot of people have agreed with me. Like, and they just say you switch between the two. A lot of people trade YM, gold, ES, NQ, all the things. A lot of people lately have been trading just NQ. Like I said, I'm not liking it. I've been liking this price action. I can get on earlier. Boom, took out a liquidity point. And it just moves cleaner. Liquidity to liquidity to liquidity gap, whatever the fuck. Is this the next New York session here? No. Next New York session. Like I said, I did apologize for my NQ and ES traders. I'll probably be backtesting this rest of the year. I'm sorry to say. I'm going to stick with gold till at least February, I'm pretty sure. So I get it if you don't want to watch my lives anymore, which is fine. I totally get it. You guys stick with what's going to be best for you. And if gold is not it, it's not it. And who knows? After this backtesting session, I might be like, fuck gold. Or after backtesting, paper trading the rest of the week, I might be like, actually, JK. Alrighty, let's see. It's looking like we want to just go to these London highs. We came into this bullish gap to go higher. That would be the ideal price action. Obviously, if we inverse it, we're going lower. I'll probably mark out this low, and there's still another gap here we can go to. Boom. See, gold just moves better. Silver was going crazy today on this one, but we were in a bullish gap to go to what? Liquidity. That's it. That's all I want to trade every fucking day. That's it. That's why I'm going to gold. LSFX, who really, just a guy I met on here, guy or girl, I don't know what it is. Very discreet. But just meeting people in the community, again, no fair value gaps. Where did it come into? A fucking order block. So, it's just been cleaner price action. Like, you can really call ICT moves all the time. So this was your entry. I didn't mark 8 o'clock. Actually, it happened at 9:30. I think he traded at 9:30, but I've noticed some moves happen at 8. Where's 8 o'clock? 8 to 10. Boom. And then even at 8 o'clock, where do we come into? Now, okay, so 8 o'clock, actually, we did come into a fair value gap. So that would have been my entry. You see what I'm saying? I am a fair value gap trader. I love fair value gaps. I would marry one if I fucking could. So my entry would have been at the fair value gap. If you had an entry at the order block, either way. We both ate. That's the shit I'm talking about on gold. We both ate clear, clean price action to the opposing liquidity, to the fucking tick, a wick, a perfect liquidity sweep for you now to maybe go back lower. A 1 to 3 every time, not even. Hold on. My stop loss would have been this pink wick here, a 1 to 5. Every day, gold feeds you. Gold gives you the monies. I don't know why it does this. It's just been so much cleaner. And this is what? Not UGA calling me. They want some money from the Alumni Association. Yeah, but this is like just the clean. Look how clean this price action is. Cause I've seen that too. You'll see like forex traders and they'll have like this clean ass price action. I'm like, what the fuck are you trading? Gold. Obviously, gold futures is not this. It's GC, but they don't have the futures of gold on this FX replay. They just have the futures on. But like I said, you can always go back to NQ. You don't have to abandon NQ. Just trade whatever is clean on the higher time frame. Shouldn't matter the market, in my opinion. Exactly, Cowboy. Cowboys. What did I say? Cowboys, Florida. I agree. Exactly. I just noticed that fucking NQ has not been nice right now. So I'm just going to go to gold. And then when gold acts up, I'm going to go back to NQ. And maybe that'll be just the two things I trade, you know? But I just cannot with NQ. Like, I haven't been confident in any move. And or I'm just not taking trades at all, which is fine. But I've been looking at gold and it's been clean. Like, this is a what? A bullish fair value gap. If you get on at 6:30, you caught the bottom move. Either way, 8 o'clock we came into this fair value gap here. Boom, that's the trade. That's the fucking trade. And then if you want to be extra safe, like I do now, actually, I wait for the candle close out of the fair value gap, which is here. Candle close out of the fair value gap. Take it to the opposing liquidity. Boom. No other liquidity once we take out all these equal highs. So take profit one. Boom. Then let your runner run to the second one. Boom. It's so clean. This person cannot teach you how to trade. I'm back testing, but okay. But for small scalps, you can trade almost anything. That is true. If you've been having luck with scalping in Q, good for you. I just don't like the price action for. I don't like scalping. I like to catch the big move of the day. If you believe this person, you deserve to lose your money. Okay. We're going to block that person because they're trolling. All I am doing is back testing. I'm not teaching anything. But yeah, if you're a scalper, then scalp. I'm just saying gold has had good price action right now. NQ has not. I think Tanya hasn't took trades today. Dodgies, a lot of the gurus haven't been taking trades, or they've been taking like little scalps they're not even proud of. So again, do with that what you will. But if you don't want to trade gold, you don't have to stay in this backtesting session at all. I promise you don't. You don't have to convince me NQ's great. I've traded it and got funded on it, but it has not been great for my trading style. Next New York session. All right, this doesn't look too great. This doesn't look too great, but let's see. But yeah, I just like I said, like with lately, like I said, with gold, a lot of us, again, this is a beginner friendly channel. This is not some guru channel. I'm not trying to scam anybody. I don't even have a course. Now, there are fake pages of me who are apparently selling a course, which is funny because like Fixed Trading in here and Tay and a lot of people know I'm a real person. If you DM me, we will talk. Like, we'll talk about real shit and we'll laugh and we'll joke. So I'm not going to DM you like, hey, buy a course. Like, you can DM me right now, like, how's your trading journey? I'm like, it's great, even though right now it sucks. You know, like, I actually answer my DMs and I actually talk to people a lot. So when people, it's funny because when people make fake pages of me and message people, my followers, like, they know it's not me because I actually talk to a lot of my followers. But basically, the easiest thing for us to trade for the most part is like, if you trade ICT, sorry, if you don't, it's different. Higher time frame fair value gap or a liquidity sweep, reversal to opposing liquidity. That's the easiest thing to trade, and lately NQ has not been giving us that. It's been up here, it'll come down and like it's giving you a setup and then just reverse on your ass and just doing a bunch of shit, or like run through this fair value gap and totally inverse it, and you're waiting for it to sweep a liquidity point and then it sweeps it but then keeps going. So it's like you're just not getting good looks on NQ, in my opinion. SMT out of those levels too. Yeah, SMT has been getting it's been like 3,000 SMTs on NQ and ES. Like every 2 seconds is SMT, but none are actually moving the market. It's been a lot. But at least with gold and silver, you're getting clean SMT reversal to liquidity. Liquidity to liquidity. You're getting fair value gaps getting respected. You're getting, what else are you getting? You're getting, so I actually, kid you not, could not see supply and demand zones until I got on gold, and I can clearly see these order blocks where it keeps coming back to on both sides. It kind of just really zigzags up, zigzags down, are so much better and easier actually. The kicker, I came from just raw options charting SpyQ. The kicker is funded accounts features are so much better and easier actually. Yes, this is futures though. This is the gold future. You know that, right? You know, SPY, QQQ, gold are like the three easiest things to trade, and you can trade them on options. There's gold options, and you can trade S&P 500 and Nasdaq with forex too. Just because you see this pair, it's not like I'm not trading futures or switching anything. They're literally the exact same thing. You can trade them on any platform. It's really just what you like. If you like options better, boom. If you like futures better, boom. And I didn't say they weren't the easiest to trade. Some people say gold is actually easier than indices. I've heard people say that a lot, but I thought the indices were easier at the time, which I think they are compared to, I started with options and I started with AMD. I liked AMD because the only options that were cheap, you know, and that's a real thing that moves. So I started with AMD, and then I did forex for a little bit and did USD JPY to trade at night, so I can like still work. And then I got into the indices again, and I got the indices and just stayed with them with forex, futures, and options. I went to SPY options because they're the cheapest, and then I went to SP 500 on MT5 with a prop firm, and then forex prop firms are going crazy, so I left them, and then I went to futures. But gold has just been cleaner. You can't see that, but also you don't trade ICT. I know you don't. Fixed trading, and I'm glad you always support me, even though you don't trade ICT. Same with Gorgeous Trader. It's a bunch of us traders who support each other, even though we all trade differently. But I just meant for ICT price action, gold right now is way cleaner than Nasdaq. I don't know what you trade, but it could be easier for you. Scalp with the futures. Yeah, I do try. Oh, do you? I didn't know that. I'm saying recently I came from options to futures to make profits. Or my profits are tiny. I feel I can. Yeah. Options to futures, welcome. I like options better, but the time decay. I scalp futures with ICT. How do you do that? What's your strat? I want to know. Or you can DM me after this. I want to know how you scalp with ICT concepts. You just wait for like the fair value gap and just take a quick move out of it. Did you take a trade today on the Nasdaq? Because I don't know. I mean, the Nasdaq has been just continuing all day. For the most part, though. So it usually you usually want that you want it to, like, you know, come down and then give you that reversal for the day, and vice versa on the other side on the Nasdaq and ES, and it has not been giving us that at all. It's just been like you just been getting this, so there's no really entry for us ICT traders. Extra confidence in my scalp. Yeah, but what's the strategy though? What is it? A fair value gap tap? What is it? A EMA? Like, what is it? Can you explain it? Because you have to have a strategy still to scalp. Like, scalping is still a strategy. All right, we've been trading, as we can see, all up and down in this gap here. So I don't know if we're going to go out of it to the other side again or not. It's given we finally want to inverse it and taking it to this low. Also, what I used to do as a super beginner, I used to just mark out buy side and sell side, and then let's see what direction it wants to take me, and that's if it goes this way, target to here. If it goes this way, target to here. That's how I used to trade. Obviously now I kind of have a little bit of bias, which has been making me lose low-key. I don't like to go on with the bias. I like to mark out two options and see which one it goes to. It's how I usually like to trade. Do we have a little S&T? We kind of do, but let's see how this plays out. Are we going to inverse this gap, or are we going to finally go up? I think we're going to inverse this gap and go, okay. Well, prime example of what I be talking about with gold, session liquidity. Look at that. Swept the buy side, swept the sell side, went to take out buy side. Let's see if they give you an entry on the 33-minute. I scalped from the 9 EMA pair with break of structural order blocks. Nice. I thought about scalping with my 15 EMA. We do not get shit on here, so you maybe have to wait for the liquidity sweep of here to go lower, to maybe go down to this low. You don't get anything at all. Unless you just do like a little turtle soup. Or let's see. Actually, no, we might get something. Hold on. Because this is... Where's 8 o'clock? I scalp non-EMA pair with breaker structure and order blocks. And then how far do you take your profit if you scalp? Just one candle? I mean, we do get a change in the state delivery here, technically. And we get market structure shift here on this pink swing high. No fair value gap. It does come back into this order block, I guess. So yeah, no fair value gap. So if you're an order block trader, that's the entry. So that's a good trade because you would get in. I mean, there's so many. This order block, it comes back in. It doesn't come out until up here though, which is not the best risk to reward. Oh, you get 1 to 2. You get 1 to 2. Like I said, all I need is at least a 1 to 2. Let's see if it reverses though from this liquidity point up top, or does it keep going? Oh, I mean, it goes a little more. It does go a little more for you. And yeah, it keeps going. I'm not gonna be on until 11 o'clock, like I said. But yeah, came down, swept this liquidity, equal lows, boom, getting out of the order block or whatever, market structure shift. I might have gotten the market structure shift, which would got me to enter off this candle close here. Stop loss though needed to be below this candle that swept, which is not the best risk reward. So then we had to go up to 1 to 2. Boom, my first TP at 1 to 1, whatever that is, here, and then second TP at 1 to 2. See, it's just clean price action every day between 8 and 10. Just clean liquidity sweep reversal to opposing liquidity. And then you could have took it obviously more. It didn't go to our original target, but it went almost. Remember, our original target was this one up here. Maybe it does go there eventually, but I'm not waiting for that. So yeah, 1 to 2. Or again, you could have just took it to here if you wanted the one. If you were confident in that, or 1 to 1.5 is not bad either. And I use small risk, cheat the market while keeping it simple, you know, but you good. ICT is fire. Always, anyways, the catch is to find something you can trust, and it happens over and over. Get that down. Exactly. I would honestly love to scalp, but I haven't found anything that I see that works. Like, I've seen EMA crosses, but then by the time it touches the EMA again, most of your profits are fucking gone. I don't like that. Like, I don't know how to do my exits for EMA. I would love to. Or I thought about doing EMA with liquidity as targets. You know, so once we cross the EMA, which was what, down here, which lines up with my ICT. That's why I add my EMA, because it works with my ICT market structure shifts. And then the EMA, if I'm scared to enter, will confirm like this full candle. You want the full candle open out of the EMA, which lines up with right here. So a few ticks better than my original entry. But yeah, good for you. I would love to scalp, because then you can just risk more and just trade and then take a second, like a 2-second trade. Honestly, that's how Steph Trades does it. But then with scalping, you're usually risking the same amount you want to make, which I don't like. So if I want to make 2,000, I'm risking 2,000. I like to risk like 500 to make 2,000. You know, 1,000 to make 2,000. But yes, yeah. Show me, DM me fixed trading. We'll talk. See, I'm a real person. You can DM me and we'll talk. And or I have to add you on Discord to send me pictures, like I did with the other Erica, Flawlessly Healthy. Because you can't send pictures and DMs on TikTok, which is whack. All right, let's do another one. Yeah, show me. I would love to learn your scalping strategy. Yeah, Steph Trades does similar scalps to me. He does it crazy in the 15-second, though. I can't do that. Yeah, I want something I can scalp on the 1 minute. I'll go down to the 1 minute if I'm scalping. Honestly, I probably could scalp with gold. Fuck it. Gold has been clean as fuck. At 8 o'clock. Get on at 8 o'clock. That's 9. But some moves are just, like, not worth it for me. I mean, that's decent, but, like, things like this is gonna piss me off. Because, like, you get in here, and then you sell here. Like, no. Do you just sell at the top? Like, where's your take profit is my thing. That's the only thing. Because if you're doing EMA bounces and touches, unless you get run like this, where you get in here and your cross is here, that's a nice run. But most of the time, it just moves so much that you're not making any fucking money. That's what I don't like about it. I have a Discord. What's my Discord name? Oops. My Discord name is, if y'all want to add me on Discord, I have a Discord coming when I get profitable again. I mean, I'm already profitable. When I get a payout, that's when the Discord be coming. But when I get a few payouts. But what's my Discord name? Not log me out. I think it's Wealth Rockstar. Wealth Rockstar is my, but just DM me and I'll give you I'll find it. I'll find a Discord name and I'll give it to you. We'll kiki after this live. But yeah, let's go to the next New York session. It did wind up going down. I wanted to take out, let's see if it takes out this liquidity. Like I said, we took that trade up at 8 o'clock. Took it out to the tick to reverse. You see what I'm saying? Just clean. Gold has been having some clean price action, y'all. People keep swearing gold will break your heart, though. So we'll see when that day comes. Next New York session. But for me, I think I'm going to trade gold the rest of the year. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, we got... We kind of already have some SMT here. We already came below this gap here on gold. But yeah, I would gladly scalp if I can find a strat. Right now, I just try to catch a big trade a day, to trade the least. So yeah, it's giving, we already came through here. I think we might reverse to take out the highs if if silver doesn't follow. You know what I'm saying? If silver doesn't follow, we're going to, okay, they're both starting to look green, but then we got this wick here, so I wait. Okay, green still. Now it's kind of looking like we want to go higher. Let's wait and see. This could be our inverse to go lower, but like I said, silver is still not inversing that. Now it has. So then you can look for a trade in here, and I think we can take a trade to this low or this low. I didn't mean to hit play already, but as you see, it goes perfectly. So as I said, sometimes it looks like SMT and then they both are pushing. So you want to wait. Let's see what that looks like. So it looks like 8 o'clock. We weren't sure. We came back up into this lovely fair value gap on the 3-minute, which is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful ICT. And then, you know, you could have waited a few times. You could have even waited for this last little push out or any of these pushes out. Then you take your trade down. If you got in off the candle close out of that, would have been your best entry. Wherever you want your stop loss to be, honestly. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. Does it keep going? And it does. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That's what you want. Just clean price action. You inverted this gap, which is an hour, a higher time frame gap, strong inversion. Especially because like on NQ and ES, it will close below it like this, and that's still respecting it. You need like a strong close below it on ES and NQ, but on gold, any little inversion on any time frame usually holds. And if not, you can wait for the displacement if you want to and get in like here, stop loss, you know, here. It's still 1 to 2, you know, if you want to wait for the displacement to start pushing down, you know. Do what's best for you. There's nothing wrong. Everyone's so obsessing with these super tight entries and stuff, but I'd rather go when the market is for sure going down than just get a super good entry. Now, like I said, if you were really confident and had your little limit order set, I don't really do those anymore, but you do get a nice risk to reward. But for me, I like to wait for it to react. Sometimes it can do this and then inverse out of this gap, the 3-minute gap, and then go higher. Like I like to wait for like we inversed this green one, we could inverse the red one. So I like to just be safe. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes you get like a big reaction off of it, and then your entry is really sucky, and you have to just YOLO it somewhere before the candle closes. But for the most part, this is what you can do. So I'm gonna paper trade gold tomorrow, and then might trade it live on both YouTube and TikTok on Friday. I'm gonna keep backtesting this every night, 8 o'clock. So y'all be backtesting gold the rest of the week, the rest of the year probably, and we'll just see how it goes. Let me know what y'all think. Obviously, if y'all still trade NQ, keep killing it. But for me, gold has just been looking better. NQ has been really pissing me off. So yeah, you're done before 10 o'clock, honestly, which I like. So again, let's trade at 10 o'clock. I'm done before 10 o'clock. I'm going to the gym. I'm doing all the things. That's the best part about it. So let me know. I think gold, obviously I think the indices and gold are the 3 easiest things to trade. Hands down. Now, which one, is easiest, you have to decipher that for yourself. Maybe gold is easier in the summer, and Q's, easier in the winter. It just be something you have to just, shake and bake from. But so far, as you've seen on this backtesting session, this is real time. This is real time. This was literally today. This was literally yesterday. Gold has been fucking insanely beautiful. Like, you could have full ported all 3 of these fucking trades. I don't suggest it. Even here, yes, we came down first, but we reversed and took out what? Session liquidity. Like, it's just been so fucking clean. And then when it's not clean, you just don't trade. Even though we came into a fair value gap here, tap into it again, might have took that trade to what? Liquidity. NQ has not been moving this sexy, I promise you. NQ's been moving like a fucking crackhead, and that's fine. But I'm not gonna trade it. When it comes back to its senses, I'll be back. But yeah, so we'll see. If I can get some payouts off gold, open my Discord by my target of Black Friday. If not, obviously, like I said, it won't be open until I get payouts and make some money for sure. But I backtest live like this every night. I got funded in 9 months. I was profitable in 3 months, and NQ has been pissing me off since I've been funded, not gonna lie. So we'll see how gold is, and we're gonna keep doing the things. And y'all should be doing the same. Backtesting, trusting yourself, adapting your strategy, and getting funded. And if you're ready to open your Discord up, open it up. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. Don't let these people shit on you. A lot of people have Discords who are unprofitable, and people support them because they like supporting them. Like, I'm not going to do that, but people do, and no one shits on them. Their Discords might be free or very cheap, though, but still. You want to trade live with someone, that's their time, it is what it is. But I might go back to trading live for the free skis again for a little bit. It was really fun. I just started letting the chat get to me when they were wrong as fuck. And I had to stop because I'm right, and then I'd sell early thinking the chat was right and I was right, and then I'd be getting mad. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern, and I'll let y'all know how trading. I might go live tomorrow morning, either after I trade or once I'm in the trade. But I'll let y'all know. But tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern every night for sure is the backtesting session I do every night.